Even after you've started cooling, it goes up to 41.5.
A cheetah's normal body temperature is 38 degrees. Anything above 40 is serious and can lead to brain damage.
41.6.
If it hits 42, it could be fatal. When Dave and Carla decided to pursue their dreams in the wilds of Namibia, they had to sacrifice a lot of things that most people would take for granted. But after 15 years, they've adapted to life in the African bush.
We are fairly remote here. When you do a shopping trip, it's an hour's drive to the closest shop. One has to plan for at least a week and sometimes 2 weeks in advance, so your salad and your vegetables don't always taste as nice at the end of that time as they did when you first bought them.
Recipes are never the same as what they are in the book because half the ingredients aren't even available in this country, so you have to make them up. So dishes probably never taste what they're supposed to taste like because we keep on having to substitute ingredients.
Right now, Dave and Carla have other things on their mind. On the Okanjima Wildlife Reserve in Namibia, preparations are underway to release a group of 6 rescued cheetahs onto a new 40,000-acre site. At the clinic, the team's attention has been diverted by a cheetah named Cassie, who is overheating. Vet Henk Birchinger and the team have been trying to reduce his temperature for nearly 15 minutes. If they fail, it could be fatal.
These are just cold blocks, freezer blocks, trying to get the temperature down a little bit quicker.
Pat, the temperature is now up to 41.9.
If Cassie's temperature reaches 42 degrees, he could die from irreversible brain damage.
Everybody's keeping the cat cool, and the fans are keeping the cat cool. But the idea is to finish everything that we need to do as soon as possible and get the temperature down, get the cat in the box so we can wake it up.
Cassie also needs his vaccinations and health checks. It's not long before the procedures are complete, but the team still has to get his temperature down. Everyone waits for the next reading. After what feels like an age...
Okay, Hank, you can breathe now. 41.4. Coming down now, which is great.
We have to see especially that it stays below 41.5. And if we let animals get over 42, they end up dying.
Cassie's out of the woods. A drip has been attached to administer vital fluids, and he'll be monitored over the coming hours.
We've done virtually everything we can do, and he'll be all right. But it's always worrying.
With Cassie safe, the team can turn their attention to Bones and Coco, 2 of the cheetahs scheduled for release. Once they're groomed and vaccinated, radio collars are attached, which will enable the team to track them once they're in the reserve. Meanwhile, Bones and Coco's companions pace nervously as Mark and Dave return with the dart gun. Coco's siblings, Frankie and Spud, are darted, followed by 5-year-old Hammer and his sister, Tongs. Hammer and Tongs came to Africat as orphans when their mother was killed by a farmer. In the wild, male cheetahs are absent fathers, playing no part in the raising of young. If the team hadn't stepped in, Hammer and Tongs would have died.
This is Tongs, who's the final of the 6. She's now got a new collar on, which is going to last her the duration of her stay in the big camp. I think she's in good nick, isn't she, Mark?
The one tooth is a wee bit...
No, she's got to go to the dentist.
So we may have to send this tooth here if you want to look at it. She's got a slightly... Careful, she's got like an open tooth root. You'll see the black piece there. So she will have to have a quick look at the dentist on that top left canine.
Even a minor dental issue could cause huge problems once Tongs is released. An infection could be fatal, so for now, her chance of freedom will have to be placed on hold. Wayne Hansen has arrived in time to see Tongs placed in recovery. As founder of the organisation, Wayne was here when the reserve was a barren landscape. His dream was to transform the land into a place where cheetahs could thrive. He's happy to see everyone working together to turn that dream into a reality.
We are doing this as a team, but after this is a big powwow about the most important thing. Right now it's all about the rehabilitation of the new set of cats going into their new environment.
The cheetahs have recovered from their anaesthetic. And while Tongs will have to wait to see the dentist, for Coco and the others, it's the start of an exciting new chapter.
Everyone's really excited, especially the humans. All the team here that were helping us with the health checks all want to come down and see them go into their new camp and the start of their new life. So we want to get down there and let's get on with it.
Before they're released onto the main reserve, the cheetahs will spend a few days in a 5-acre, purpose-built, soft-release camp. The camp allows the team to monitor the cheetahs, to ensure they've suffered no ill effects from the anaesthetic. It also gives the cheetahs time to acclimatise to life outside the enclosure they've lived in since they were cubs. If all goes well, the team will release all 5 cheetahs into the reserve in just 10 days' time. Dave doesn't want to hang around.
Okay, come on, let's get going, guys. It's getting hot.
It's late afternoon, and the temperature is still in the mid-80s. The cheetahs need water and shade. The sooner they're released, the better. For Dave, Carla, and the rest of the team, this moment is the culmination of years spent caring for these 5 cheetahs.
I'm very excited, and I'm sure they are as well, Shame. They want to get out now, and it's time to move on.
For Bones and Coco, it's the first tentative steps to life back in the wild.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
It's okay, babies.
Okay.
Just hang on, just hang on.
In the wild, cheetahs establish hunting territories, which they guard fiercely. It will take Bones, Coco, and the others a while to adjust. But in the meantime, Dave and Carla can finally relax. Stage 1 of the release program has been a complete success.
It's one step closer to a whole new beginning of another life for them and for us. It's exciting to see cats that you've cared for so many years having a second chance to hunt and be on their own.
It's pretty nerve-wracking as well because, as Carl said, you know, we've raised them and looked after them. And all right, in here it's not a problem, but once they get out there, there's things that they don't know about, like leopards and hyenas, and so they've got a lot of learning to do, and hopefully they're going to get it right.
Alongside feisty Coco, her brothers, Frankie and Spud. Bones and the largest of the group, Hammer, complete the gang of 5. In 10 days' time, the gates will open, and their challenge will begin. We'll follow their story as they try to survive in the wilds of Namibia.